Oh, hey, Gaming Trouge here. I know it's been a little bit, and I know. Oh, no! What? How my clothes only get? What? What is this game? What? This is. Oh my gosh! I know it's been a little bit since I have made a video, but you know, it's one of those things that like just takes a lot of time and effort and stuff that puts in my like main time while school. Oh my gosh! No! Back to this again. Oh no! Come on! Whew, come on! Come on! Come on, I got you now. I just stopped mid-push. What the heck? I was pushing down the D-pad and it wasn't moving. Come on. Okay, at least the soundtrack's pretty good, but come on. No! No! I just can't go on like this. I knew I was expecting downloading the game off the 3DS eShop, and no, I'm not going to use the cheap old save states. That's not who I am. Do you realize who I am? I am the Gaming Trouge. I've tackled through worse. I tackled through Finding Nemo on the GameCube. What is this garbage right here? Well, folks, get your guns, get your slingshots, get your airsoft pellets, because we're about to get dangerous with this game. Turn off the 3DS, I have to return it back on.
Oh my gosh, what the heck did I get myself into? Ghosts and Goblins is the creation of Capcom, and it is one of the most infamous games you will probably play on the NES, actually in your entire life. This game is so infamous on the NES, but I've never really tried out the other versions of the game, such as the Amiga version, the Commodore 64, and the arcade version. The one in the 3DS eShop, however, is based off of the NES version.
Capcom Overlord, please spare me! Fine, here we go. This is my review of Ghosts and Goblins for the NES.
The game starts off with our main character, Sir Arthur, hanging out with Princess Prin. Now, before anything too sketchy goes along, Satan comes out of nowhere and kidnaps Princess Prin. Yep, the game calls it Satan. I don't know why, I don't know how, but okay. In case if it wasn't obvious at this point, I really despise this game. So why do I think that? Let's just go down the list. So first thing, the game just doesn't look that good. Now, I can't be too critical because it is the NES and it is a like 80s console, but we gotta remember here, we had games like Super Mario Bros. 3 that looked beautiful on the platform. So you could actually make good looking games on the platform, but this just looks bad. Now, one of the things that does bug me is the soundtrack of this game. It's not bad, but after hearing the same songs over and over and over again, it does get kind of annoying. Now, I did in fact praise it at the start of the video, if you remember, but that's because it is pretty good and pretty dang catchy, but it's just, it gets stuck in your head like a giant needle going straight into your brain cells. And then there is the controls. Now, like the original Belmonts and the original Castlevania games, these guys have a random thing where they can't move while they're jumping, and it makes no sense to me. Like, why have a character that you can't even control its jump movements? It just doesn't make the game fun, it just makes it aggravating. Like, I tapped the button that I'm supposed to move, but I don't know if it's the 3DS or if it was the bad programming to begin with, but it just keeps screwing me over and it keeps aggravating the crap out of me. This game is just so bad. This game, it's just so aggravating to me. I don't know how any kid in the 80s was even able to beat this game. This game is just unbearable. Like, I could understand, like, harder-esque games like the original Mega Man, or better yet, DuckTales to a certain degree, but this is just not, this is not how you make a game, folks. This is not how you make a good game. And I didn't even get to the biggest factor why I hate this game so much. You need certain items to beat certain bosses, but every time you pick up a certain item, there's always one other item that will randomly drop from an enemy placement or whatever, and you will think that you can use that and just beat throughout the game, but some bosses can't freaking die because of certain item drops this game. Then the most unholy thing of all, the bad enemy placement. This is the worst enemy placement ever. How am I supposed to do anything in the first level when there's 5,000 guys after me? This makes no sense to me. I pushed through my hardest. I've put hours upon hours into this game. I've been through the first level and the second level and all the way up to the last bit of the boss. But you know what happens at the end of the game? Disappointment. A new game plus to get the true ending. We don't save Princess Pin. We have to go through the other side of the game. Piece of garbage. When the heck did I get a hat? Yep, I pushed through Ghosts and Goblins and it only gave me a new game plus. And the worst part about it is, it did not save to my 3DS at all when we started the game. I spent a long time trying to beat this game, only for nothing to save my progress and I have to start all over. So I said screw that, and I decided to go and beat the game using the emulator and cheat codes. I've always suffered throughout saving the game, not even on my 3DS, which comes in with a built-in save feature. I decided just to go play the game through an emulator. Not only did I have to record footage for this game, just so I could at least see what the ending is, and it's just not worth it! I am finished with this game. Oh, I'm so done. I'm so done. Oh my gosh. To the people that recommended me this game, why? Do you want to see me torture? I've brought you nothing but good videos. And you asked me to play this ungodly piece of garbage. To the point where I'm not even sure if I even... It's been said all over the gaming community that this is the hardest game you'll ever play in your life. And coming from me, it is. I spent forever on just the first level alone. The other couple levels were just as hard as the first levels. I've raged so many times. I have played this on my breaks at school. I've played this on my breaks doing like just normal life stuff. And it's just not worth the pain and suffering that it just has. It's just not worth any of it. Why would you even go out of your way to play this game? I'll tell you why people wanted to buy this game. It's to prank their friends or torture them, to go put them through a world of hurt just to try to beat this entire game and get the good ending. This entire game is just nonsense in a bag, and it's just so bad. But to be honest, I kind of like it. I mean, not to the point of me ever replaying the game ever again, but like to the point where I can appreciate it, kind of. It's really stupidly hard, it's stupidly challenging, but if you want to torture your friends by play this, you guys have shell out $10 or possibly a $20 if you, I believe it's on the Nintendo service, whatever that one was called, with the NES and SNES games. And those games have save states. I did something stupid to kind of prove to everyone that I can still play games without having to rely on nowadays save functions. This, my friends, is a bad game. Now, I know that's being a little harsh, but play the game for yourself and find out. Yeah, you didn't expect that, huh? You never expected me to say, go play a bad video game. But if you like an NES challenge, then this game is right up your alley. You got basically everything that made an old school NES game good-ish. I mean, you know, all the rage and hate that you just play, like, that is sway up old school Mega Man. And you could blame Capcom for it because they made this game. Oh my gosh. Imagine if 2021 had a new Ghosts and Goblins game for the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Do you think that a lot of people will flock to it? Now, I did hear people say that the Super Nintendo version of the game was actually a lot better in terms of pacing, and it's actually a really good game. But I've never played the Super Nintendo one, and I probably won't for a little bit, but, yeah. Well, there's bigger and brighter things. I am the Gaming Trouge. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and keep gaming.
I was laughed at, now it's my time. Took a mad act, and I left blind.